guys, this is Greg, Danny, and Joe from Ritual Gaming, and we're going to go through some arena videos that I recorded on my account recently, a couple days ago. And this is kind of just following the journey to rank 1. I tried to play a couple different teams, so it's a bit more interesting. I'm running Poe, Poggle, and the droids, and it went really well. And another thing we're going to talk about in this video is timings. How to really guarantee that you're going to get rank 1 with those timings. So let's get it going. Make sure that this is working. There we go. Perfect. So you can see our team here. And it is Poe and the droids. Loading into our first one. So Joe, if you saw this composition, this is rank, I think I'm fighting rank, I don't know, 4 or 5 on my server right now. Who would you go for?
So I'm a big fan of going for Daka early. I really don't like it when she brings someone back.
Yeah, absolutely. I
agree. So my normal approach would be to go for Daka, but if that Luke there is at a high level, he does a really punishing amount of damage. So I might go for him as well.
Okay.
Then of course you've got Sid, who attacks quickly and does his AoE.
Yeah, he's definitely going to go first here, so obviously you're praying he doesn't stun.
Yeah, Dooku's going to go first and stun. Hopefully not. Then Sid's going to AoE, and then you're going to get to choose what you want to do.
Yeah.
So it's a tough one, actually. I don't see this too much on my server. I would leave Lumi alone.
Definitely.
Yeah. I would leave Dooku alone for now. I don't mind leaving him till last. For me, it would be Sid, Daka, or Luke, but I don't know. What are you going to do? I haven't seen this yet.
Let's see. So, all right. So I think here,
double stun.
Yeah, double stun.
Double stun.
When this happened, I was really frustrated because now I'm left with Genosian Soldier, and you got to use his assist ability because he even does more damage when he uses his assist.
His assist ability is still good on his own.
It's still good.
And you've
right?
got such a high chance of calling a stunned guy, which is ludicrous.
Yeah.
Which you do. So you go for Dooku.
Yeah, I go for Dooku, and I get unlucky.
That's why I don't go for Dooku.
Yeah. But
especially not if 2 guys are stunned.
I think at the beginning of this game, I was like, wow, this is almost completely over. And what I was hoping for was this scenario where I was going to get him low and then follow it up with a sweep.
Right.
And pray for an ability block onto Daka.
Yeah, nice.
So now I'm in a position here where, yeah, of course, I'm going to lose Poe. And Sid is going to attack next. So I'm definitely not going to attack Sid because it would just be a waste of damage, right? Because you're just going to heal it back up once Poe dies. So want to pick up Daka, finish her off,
get the double attack in.
I think this game's over, right? Yeah. This is really
You've now got the damage out of it.
And that's the beauty with droid teams is you can get double stun, you can get the character taken out, but you still have a chance to crawl back.
You can still come back.
Yeah,
I think
Look at that. That hit is just
so good.
Nuts, and now it's 4-1, and it's over.
I think I got really lucky there too when Genosian Soldier's ability called Poe, even though he's such a low attacker and normally it'd be bugged out. Exactly, it'd be better than calling someone that was stunned. So okay, so from here I just went from rank 7 to rank 6. Now the reason I did this was normally I would obviously try and go as high as possible, but I was trying to get some different teams on footage. So we go into this next team, and in this next team, their Genosian goes first and calls someone onto my Poggle. Whenever this happens, whenever anyone attacks Poggle, I'm obviously stoked. Because Poggle can take a beating.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
And as long as they don't kill him, as long as he can get his buff off, that's fine. Right? Now, in this circumstance, I have this one guy on my server. And actually, he does take first pretty often. And he...
Is this guy here?
Yeah, this guy we're facing right now. And he runs this team. It's such an odd team. I don't really see people ever running it besides this guy. But it works. If it gets off its right abilities, and especially if his Poe gets to go first, it's really hard.
Yeah.
So the problem is, too, is that you don't really have a lot of guys that you could just tentatively one-shot if you're playing droids against it. So in this circumstance, I'm always wondering who I should do, because the problem is if you go for resistance fighter pilot, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the temptation,
It's
right? Because
right?
he's not quite there yet, so maybe you can pick him off.
Yeah. But if you don't and you leave him at just red health, then he's gonna get foresight.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're in this position where you just wasted a lot. You have to follow with a sweep. So I actually forget who I go for here. Let's see. Okay, so I start with Poggle buff. Obviously, you're not gonna try and ability block someone right away, unless you want to be super all in and try and ability block Poe or something like that. but I'm gonna try and kill
Asajj, right?
Asajj. Yeah.
And it's going to go.
Nice.
Yeah. It went well. He called Poggle. Poggle is also.
And you get your pull up first.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
looking good.
So this game is
great.
I feel like this game's almost over already. Really. Now he gets a good dodge there, which is good, but the assist attack onto IG86 just takes him down, and now he got a Poe off, but my Poe didn't get exposed, so it's really good. Have you guys ever seen a team like this on your server?
Not with the
It's
Sarge
something
like
similar.
Yeah.
But not with Resistance Pilot. Maybe somebody in place of him that's very similar to Resistance
That.
Pilot.
It feels like 3 teams that have just been mashed together.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true, right? It's a really odd team.
But I keep seeing Asajj like in weird compositions like this where it's like, does she belong there? Oh wait, she's doing a crazy amount of damage. Maybe she
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the way this one works is it didn't work this time because you took her out. But
Yeah.
Asajj is slow. But when she gets off, she gets off.
Mm.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things where...
And what's interesting about it too, defensively, is that because she is slow, taunts normally go off before her.
Mhm.
And actually, sometimes when I play that guy, I don't want to taunt because I know that she's going to follow it up by removing the taunt and healing the people that have already done
Yeah.
well. So it is, I don't know.
So now you're in 4th.
Yeah, I think I'm in 4th year, and I switch into Qui-Gon Jinn. Now, I forget why I do that. It's definitely because of the composition. Ah, yeah. Okay. So, I am convinced that Qui-Gon Jinn can take a slightly bit more damage than IG-88. And because of that, I switch.
86.
IG-88.
The white.
The
one you subbed out.
Yeah, the one I subbed out.
My bad.
Yeah. I got super unlucky there.
Yeah.
I called the only stunned guy, but I got exposed here.
3. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
So the reason I subbed him out was because this team is super fast, right?
Mhm.
You've got Sid, Dooku, Qui-Gon, Yoda, and they're all going to go before my guys.
Mhm.
And what has happened a lot was IG-88 just gets blown up if they choose him. And
Kill
that's
that
it.
Yoda.
Yeah,
Get him out of the way. Yeah, definitely.
Yoda's gone. I didn't want Yoda to come in there and steal things.
And Qui-Gon's still hanging around.
Qui-Gon's still hanging around.
IG-88 would be dead right now, and Qui-Gon is
Right?
hanging on
Yeah.
by a
Yeah.
hair
I
of
don't,
life.
I don't know why,
Yeah.
but I feel like this is the position that I.
Oh no, I mean
always
he
see
is
him in.
statistically he is much more durable than 88.
Oh, okay, good.
It's the reason I questioned this is we had a conversation the other day about you felt that Qui-Gon was a little bit tougher than 86, and then we looked into the numbers, and he wasn't.
I honestly think that was just a mess up in
Yeah,
In the
text,
I meant
yeah.
88.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, definitely.
Because I
He's
know what
way
you're-
he's
Yeah.
way tougher than 88,
Okay,
but he's less tough than 86.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 86 is. I feel like maybe they're even on.
Oh wow, you just totally sweep. I can't
Yeah.
believe Qui-Gon's still alive. That's incredible.
Yeah, no, I
Nice.
really like Qui-Gon to have as kind of like a
Yeah.
niche guy that you can throw in there. Unfortunately, if you leave the team like this, like if you take rank 1 with this version of it, with IG-88 subbed out for Qui-Gon, then you can get kind of run over.
So this is your last.
So now
okay,
we're getting the timing.
Yeah,
Right?
so
this is-
let's talk about that. We'll just go back a little bit here. So yeah, now we're going to talk about the exact timing. So Joe, explain what's going to happen here.
All right, so as anyone who's ever battled for first place on a regular basis,
Yeah,
knows,
consistently more than once.
More
in
than
a row.
once.
Yeah.
timing your battles is really, really important. So
Yeah.
first thing you got to know is what time in your local time zone is the changeover. So there is a time where arena ends for the day, and so for us, that's a time that we all know, and essentially you've got to also remember that while you are fighting, or while someone is fighting you, you cannot be challenged.
Yeah.
So really, what we mean by timing
And you
arena,
can't, because of that, you can't go down in rank.
you cannot go down
Yeah.
or up unless you are winning the fight you are in if you have chosen to enter it. So in the perfect situation, what you're doing is you're getting yourself within range first, like Greg has here.
Yeah.
And then you're waiting until maybe 10 or so minutes before the changeover. Bearing in mind, each match lasts 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And so what
So
you're going
here
to
you
do...
can see is 10:53.
Yeah, so because you can see we're in second here, there's no one else we're going to challenge apart from first. So being in second is perfect. If you're in third and fourth, and you know the guy in first is really tough, you have this hard decision where you're like,
Yeah.
I can pretty much guarantee I'm going to get second,
Yeah.
but I might lose to first. But anyway, So what you're going to do with your last battle of the day, of your regular 5 battles that you get.
Yeah, and the reason you want to do this with your very last, you don't want to have any battles left, and so you do have to also be careful with your positioning beforehand. You want to use maybe 20 minutes beforehand to get into the second position. So it's kind of lessening your chance of someone else.
Yeah, that's why earlier in the video you might have seen Greg only got 1 rank.
Yeah,
he could have bounced at 4.
Yeah,
because you don't want to take 2 too early, because then this is the perfect position to be in. You're in second with 10 minutes left to go in the day. I think it's about 10 minutes and 30 seconds you really want.
Yeah.
And this is getting insane timing, but if you want to get first every day, this is the way the game works right now.
Although recently, as I've been experimenting more with these timings, I have started going in around 10:53, 10:50, because what I did notice was coming in and out of games, you lose a couple seconds, and those add up a bit. So if you go in around 10:50 and you do both the games, you'll actually get out around with 30 seconds left, and nobody can beat pretty much any team in 30 seconds. So you're totally safe.
Yeah.
Right?
So, but to boil it down to the real basics, if it's the first time you're watching a team take first, each game takes 5 minutes. And whilst you're seeing on the screen here, we've only got 1 battle left, the plan is to spend 50 credits to renew.
Yeah.
And I haven't actually seen this video, I haven't spoken to Greg, but I'm going to guess that's exactly what you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so what you do is, with 10 minutes to go, or thereabouts, you start a battle against first place. And you win it. That's the hard bit.
Yeah.
That's the bit where you really need to win.
Or, if you don't win, you still, and actually, we're going to see in this video, I'm pretty sure I don't win this first
You
battle.
get a second bite at that.
So you wait, and you try and you take out all that time, and then you come out, and you have 5 minutes and 30 seconds left, or whatever, right? You buy back in immediately, face first again, and then if you can beat him that time, it's fine. So really, you're giving yourself 2 chances.
To take first.
Yeah.
And also, it also depends on how active your server is.
Yes.
Because if it's far more active than, say, yours, I know yours is a lot more active than, say, ours, but if it's far more active than yours, then all of this logic kind of goes out the window.
And my server actually these days is a nightmare. I've got some guys who are really doing this, and we're constantly vying off against each other.
Yeah.
But
this actually kind of goes into what I want to say in this video. You're gonna see, and I'm gonna start playing it now because it's gonna take a while. So I'm gonna try and do this strategy right now, where I'm trying to go into the first to challenge first. But you'll see that he's already in a battle. And so as soon as I see that, and I'm at 10 minutes and 45 seconds, my heart is just dropping into my stomach. And I'm very sad because I want to be able to take first. And if he knows what he's doing, and he's in a battle at 10 minutes and 45 seconds, and he wants to spend the 50 crystals to maintain first,
you can do about it.
then, yeah, there's really not a lot you can do about it.
He's basically playing the same game as you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
unless you find the 3-second window, just by chance, which we're going to look at.
And
which
so
I did the other day, and that was crazy.
Nice.
And so what you can see here is what I'm doing, where you just need to spam, try to get in. It's really boring, and you need time to do it, right? You can't be hoping that you're just going to get it at that one point. You need to just spam over and over again. And one thing that's really important that I used to not really pay attention to while I was doing this was you need to be looking every time you come out into this window and you see the time. You need to be looking at the time, because if you don't win your first battle, you need to know when you leave this second battle in order to give yourself enough time to win the next battle, and then be rank 1 as the turnover happens.
Bear in mind, you're thinking in 5-minute increments.
Exactly,
so and add a buffer of 15 seconds either side of that.
Yeah.
That's generous. You can. It's more like 5, but if your connection lags or if something, sometimes I've timed it to the 10 seconds, and then when I'm going out of a battle, I get a loading screen for 10 seconds, and
or someone calls you or something.
I was telling Greg the other day.
Game problems.
I was telling Greg the other day, I had about 30 seconds left, and I was locked out of first place. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, no, this is so annoying. And this is exactly what I was doing over and over again. Finally got in for within 30 seconds, and it was the craziest team. somehow managed to win within
Wow.
like
30
20-something seconds.
Wow.
And I was just like,
Oh
yes!
my
God.
That guy.
All right, so you're in.
Okay, yeah. So I got in here. So when I did get in here, I was immediately thinking, "Oh my god, please don't
No.
let this happen." And as soon as this happened, I was like, "Why? Why?"
It took so long to do
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
How many times I pressed that button?
Yeah, exactly, right? And so as soon as IG-86 died, which is the worst thing that can happen when I'm trying to face this team, and the reason it's the worst thing when it happens is because he's the only one that can die from this combo that just happened. So Qui-Gon Jinn attacks, he uses his assist, he brings someone pretty low, and then Sid follows with his AoE. And if they're low enough, Sid will kill them. So now I'm already in 4v5, and I'm going to try and fight my way out of it, but I'm thinking, okay, in the back of my mind, what time did I just come in here, and how long should I wait until I just retreat out of this battle, because I'm most likely going to lose, so I still have 5 minutes, 10 seconds, or whatever to sit in my next battle, so no one can steal the time, or steal rank 1. So we go on. Now I've got Genosian Soldier, and I'm thinking, like, what can I do to get back in this? So I'm hoping that I can pick this Genosian Soldier off.
Unlucky.
Yeah, and Joe
Oh,
says
very
it all
unlucky.
here.
Oh,
And
my
yeah,
word.
it was the worst thing ever. I
Yeah.
didn't pick the Genosian Soldier
And
off.
the heal, and
Yeah.
this is over.
No, normally I wouldn't try and pick the Genosian Soldier because he's very hard to one-shot, even with an assist ability. But I thought, if there's anything that's going to get me back in this game, it is...
Lucking out and just getting him out of the game.
Yeah, exactly,
A
yeah.
particularly nice crit can just
It would have literally had to been Genosian called Qui-Gon.
Oh wow, and Qui-Gon got the heal from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going
Awful.
all kinds of wrong.
Yeah. So what you're going to see here now is me give up. and then wait.
Yeah.
And think, okay, I have to wait for 3 minutes or 2.5 minutes.
So if we put that on a scale of how long left to reset, what you're 7 minutes to the hour?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that, right? And so you see me pause here, and I'm thinking, okay, this is completely unwinnable. So one thing that you definitely want to be careful about is you don't want to let them defeat your squad, because then you can't sit in here and waste
Boot you
time.
right out, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It'll
So
boot you up.
what I think is, if you have a job, and your job coincides...
Quit your job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just quit your job
Hey, guess what?
and really focus on number
Start smoking.
I have that job.
one.
Yeah. Joe,
And
Joe's very
and so
unlucky.
yeah, so I come first fairly often when I, out of the days that I can actually spare the time to do it,
Yeah.
and I will use this exact tactic we've just discussed.
Yeah.
And I will come first 7 out of 10 times. I have a particularly hard team in my server. This giant whale fella who just has a crazy team
Yeah.
who I sometimes struggle to get through. But
And you've sent like snapshots of his team,
Oh,
and it seems like
they're horrible.
He
It's
can
crazy. He just has everything.
yeah, he
He has
just like
everything.
slots in
He
things
just-
just
Because
because.
like
Yeah.
today I'm going to play a 7-star old Ben,
Yeah.
and then tomorrow 7-star Royal Guard because I've decided to do this today.
I mean,
And so-
I'm jealous.
Yeah, no, I mean, the
Oh,
guy-
no, I love that.
Yeah.
And he's got a great team, and so he's my main rival. But
He
when we're looking
clearly
at
hasn't quit his job.
no,
No,
that
he's
guy
got a
needs
real good
that guy's
job.
got a
Yeah,
great
yeah,
job.
he's-
That guy's
he's
got
got
the job that I
something.
need,
Yeah.
and so yeah,
And
so-
obviously, he's got the time.
But if you do have, in the hour leading up to your reset time, you just need to make sure you check in every 10
Yeah,
minutes
yeah,
or so.
You gotta pay
you're-
attention.
You will pay attention, but you don't need to do much.
Yeah.
And then that last 15 minutes, you need to just tell everyone around you to shut up,
Yeah.
go away,
Yeah.
leave you alone,
Yeah.
and
It's crunch time.
it's crunch time. There's
Yeah.
more important things to do. I don't
Which
care about
you can
your-
see from
you
the
know.
timer that we are getting down to the next match crunch
Yeah.
time.
And I'm
This
a,
is
I'm
when
a
you
heart
tell your
surgeon,
boss,
you know.
I've got
and-
more important things to do.
There are many dead people because
Yeah.
of this game.
And they just had to go.
They just have to
Because
go.
you've
Because
broken up with like 7 girlfriends.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like, I can't talk right
it's
now.
tough. It's tough.
10 more
But
minutes.
If you want
and
to be
then
the
I'll
best
give you that.
arena player in the world / whatever server you got put on, you got to do this, unfortunately.
And
I think it might be a problem with the game.
it definitely is something that we could talk about maybe in our theory crafting session one time, how it could be fixed. I agree with you, it's not the perfect system, but it's currently one that you want to exploit.
And it's how you
So, one thing I want to say quickly is maybe people are watching this thinking like, well, why is it so important to get rank 1? Oh, actually, okay, let's talk about this really quickly. So, you go out, You immediately buy back in. You face rank 1.
Fast as you can. Press the buttons.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I forgot about this. I went out because I wanted to check the time. I wasn't quite sure how much time I had left here.
Oh,
4 minutes and 48 seconds.
Yeah. So I was just about to go in, and then I thought, I can't risk going over the time limit. Because if you go over the time limit and it's switched over, and you're still rank 2, and you haven't come out of the match, you'll get the prizes for rank 2, right? And now the people
Which nobody wants.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
Kind of
the
filth is that? I put it in the bin when they give it to me. Just delete message.
delete. Can you do that?
Delete account.
I have no idea.
Start over.
But people might be wondering why would you want to spend the 50 crystals to get rank 1 when you're already rank 2? I think to me it's more about just protecting the rank in general. Like you're very like in the top 3, the rewards are very similar, but you spend 50 crystals to make sure that you're going to get 50 extra arena points, and also you're going to be at the top of the ladder. You'll get pushed down less, and it's better.
And also, why not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
why not? Why not
Exactly.
be
Yeah,
first?
it's
You know?
fun to be rank
And
1.
before we go,
So let's
there's
just go
another
back to
thing that we haven't mentioned yet, where why do you use your last battle and then reset? Because and so when you use your when you use your last battle, don't lose your last battle, whatever you do. When you use your last battle to reset,
unless you're already rank 1,
and then you spend 50 to renew, you get 5 back. Now, if you were on your second to last battle and you spent 50 to renew, you would only have your last battle left. So if you time it that way, you get another 5 battles, and what that allows you to do is keep on playing.
Yeah, keep your rank up.
And keep your rank up until the day swaps. Yeah. And that just means you're going to slide less down the ladder, so you've got less to go back up to get yourself into the position to repeat this every day for the rest of your life.
Exactly. Which anybody knows, if you've been rank 1 and then you wake up the next
and
day
you're rank 20.
Yeah. Why? Yeah.
Why don't you bother? You do that Phasma.
Phasma.
But the opposite way.
Punch. Yeah, the other way around. With more despair.
Go.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
so
opposite of an inspiring.
let's watch this last.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so obviously Qui-Gon's going to do his assist. He does it on IG-86.
Real lucky here.
Big dodge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. When I dodged that, because they went onto IG-86 again, and my heart sunk again, and I was thinking, this sucks. And now I'm left with a position where, okay, so you see here, I don't go for Genosian, because Genosian's too risky. The only reason I did it was
might not get a name,
Exactly.
Numi heals.
But Qui-Gon isn't risky at all. Qui-Gon is almost pretty easy to one-shot.
Unless Poe gets
unless Poe does it. But that's fine, because Poe's going to go next. His Poe doesn't win the coin roll, or dice toss.
I love that, yeah.
Coin toss.
Coin toss, dice roll.
We should have another thing, Greg.
Nailed it.
Okay, and I missed that part. Anyways, he died.
And now things are looking rosy.
And things are looking real good because his Poe still isn't taunted. Now I'm using Qui-Gon, so I don't want to go for Sidious, even though he's already exposed, because Qui-Gon's part of the combo could miss, and that would be terrible. And so I think maybe I could kill Genosian Soldier with this. So obviously I'm just sitting here debating, and
also playing at the time a little bit.
Also
the
playing
time
at the time.
to
Yeah. So the really good thing about this actually is if you start your first game under the 10-minute cap, and then you can win your first game, then what you can do is you can get into your next game and just wait the full 5 minutes. Doesn't even matter if you lose it, because you're not going to lose rank 1, and you'll be in game as the timer goes over. Yeah, got really lucky there.
Perfect.
IG-86 would be the best person for that to go. And then now I have his combo
no problem
to kill Sid.
And it's a win.
Qui-Gon Jinn gets called, but it doesn't even matter because Sid was dead, and now it's a strong 5v2. Yeah. And so, in this situation, though, the reason I was debating there, because I was trying to figure out, I was probably looking at another clock, thinking like, okay, how am I going to do this where I can't, I'm obviously not rank 1 yet, I'm still rank 2.
And I can't get sniped within like a minute or something crazy.
Exactly. So you want to figure out, when am I going to leave this win? So, unfortunately, with teams like this that run Lumi heals, I always leave Lumi last, because it kind of makes sense. but she has a lot of dodge. So if you really need to win it, then the problem is that she could dodge a couple of abilities and really extend the seconds.
Yeah, I've had
And
some
then you're
horrible
done, yeah.
one-on-ones as well with Lumi where
Oh yeah.
where she dodges
Yeah.
at the crucial time and you just
So what I do is I wait a lot of the time until like maybe 10 seconds, and then I try the first ability, and if it doesn't kill her, I'll quickly autoplay.
hammer everything.
Yeah.
And autoplay again.
Oh, autoplay goes so fast.
Speeds up the actions in perceptibly.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, perceptibly. You see the way that the characters animate. You'll even see the little wings on the Genosians go faster.
Yeah.
Like it speeds them up. Definitely. It's like you put the game in fast forward.
So you can see here, I'm just gonna wait, and I have what's that guy called? Genosian Soldier's Assist, and so I'm pretty sure that if I did use that, I
Kill
would
her right
kill
away.
her.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be really careful and just wait. I know that I've gotten first in the bag as long as I don't mess up my timings. And to be honest, as you said, Joe, I think this is a good time to talk about it, where this is kind of an internal flaw in the system where it's coming down to you have, people that are all in the top 10. They're all good.
This is not fun.
Yeah.
And games are supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that's...
It's just who has less of a job
Yeah,
can
yeah.
win this more.
Or who's just not working at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and who
Yeah.
and the days where you can't do it, like, well, I can't come first today.
Yeah.
No matter how good I am, no matter how much I've worked, no matter how, and even we're not big spenders. We're all pretty much free to play players. So
Yeah.
don't think looking at this that we're some giant whales just because we have first. We have barely spent anything on this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all bought a droids pack and
Yeah.
maybe a
And
couple of
focus
crystals.
and
Yeah. I bought some
grind it.
crystals.
Yeah. And so this is not a
Yeah.
whales
20
only
seconds left,
video.
you're
This is
fine.
anyone
Yeah.
can do this.
So as you can see there, I planned out the time. I came out with 20 seconds left. It is impossible for someone to beat your entire team in 20 seconds.
Unless you're Danny.
Unless you're Danny. Well, you had 30, right?
Yeah.
So you can see
Still,
here,
it's crazy.
this is how it happens. 20 seconds, goes through, rolls over, and then you get the rewards for the day, and you're
Yep.
fine. And if you've done it this way, as Joe said, you've got, 5 more games.
Yeah. 5 more games.
5 more games, yeah. Which is amazing, because then you're just chilling out at night. Every once in a while, you check it. If someone's beating you, you go up back a couple ranks.
And then that
You don't wake up in the morning and go, oh my god.
when you come back an hour and a half or so before your arena deadline the next day.
Yeah.
You're not down in 25th. You might be down in 10th, and then you can just
Yeah.
slowly work your way back up like we did in this video.
Yeah. Alright guys, so that's us here from Ritual Gaming. Like and subscribe please, and this is Greg, Danny, and Joe. We'll catch you next time.
See you later.